Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay, and as always, I got Smooth Brad. Hey!
Welcome. Yeah, what's happening, Smooth Jay?
Man, I'm trying to make it happen, but also we got Barbara that was not able to make it in the studio, but she's from the great Macon, Georgia,
Right.
and she's on the phone with us. Barbara!
She's here. Accountable for. How's everybody doing today?
We're doing good. How you doing, Miss Barbara?
I'm doing just wonderful. Glad to be alive. Praise God. Thank you. Amen.
Praise God. Amen.
Hallelujah!
And that's a
Hallelujah!
great way to start out the night, because this is a blessing for us to do, man.
Yes,
you know? This is Bar Talk with Jay, and all we want to do is inspire people to be their greatest possibility. We know that life sometimes is hard and it has its hurdles and twos and fro's and ups and downs, but somebody has been through it before, and someone, perhaps on this show, might be able to open some doors for your understanding and how to overcome these problems and challenges. What life is really about is we all have to become great problem solvers. And the greater we are at solving problems, the smoother our lives will become. And so we hope that this show is an inspiration for you to help, solve some problems in your life. We talk about everything under the sun.
You ain't never lied.
Yeah, we talked about it today. We got over 120 hours of talk time on this show. A lot of great subjects, men, women subjects, unity subjects, and relationships. We talk about business and we talk about health. It's just a great way for us to inspire the world, and this is Jay's vision and my vision as well to just help uplift people. So not a single thing that we say tonight is to hurt or downgrade or diminish anyone. This is about love. This is about sharing something that's going to help people grow and be inspired to turn the show off and keep these conversations going on in your own family.
Hello.
Because we're all about you getting the message, and the message really will come from you. But if you don't dialogue about it, you'll probably never get to the whole truth.
Say it again. Preach it.
You know?
Tell them.
Yes, sir. Like I said, we own one tonight.
I already feel you. I feel you definitely.
Yeah. Let's do a quick recap for last week. We talked about adjusting to life after being incarcerated, and what roadblocks. What are the roadblocks, and how do we help someone overcome that in order to enter into the community as a productive citizen?
And man, when I tell you, I got my man Raymond from Akron, Ohio, on a line on that one. I think he nailed it.
Yes.
From a person that did 10 years and came out, and I really wanted to get Chris on because Chris been a part of our show for a long time.
Right.
I like to say he did a 20-year bid.
Yeah.
And then turned around and wrote the book 360 Degrees.
Yeah.
So to see these people come out and make an adjustment in their life and not go back and just kind of repeat the cycle that everybody's been known to do.
Right.
You can do it. You got to get your mind right.
You got to get your mind right.
You can't look for them to do it. You have to do it.
That's exactly right.
And again, it's all in ownership and understanding what goes on. I like to say we brought a lot of light to a dark situation.
Yes.
And it's not just incarceration. We mentioned it during the show. It's setbacks.
Right.
It might not be incarceration for you. It could be a stumbling block of a job. It can just your own thoughts holding yourself back with doubt.
Right.
All these things are setbacks, and we're trying to find ways for you to analyze what goes on and get your mind clear. And that's when we went back to that clean sheet of paper.
There you go. And just my 2 cents on the subject. Setbacks is something that we all must face, and they're going to happen over and over and over again. And the word, when we study emotional intelligence, I used to be facilitator of emotional intelligence programs. And when you study emotional intelligence, one of the qualities of emotional intelligence is called resilience. There's 20 methods to measure your emotional intelligence, and resilience is one of those ways. A person's ability to bounce back from a tough situation, to bounce back from a hard fall. That is one of the key measurements of on a person's ability to be able to succeed. Whether it's through, career and money, or whether it's through relationship, or whether through, hurt, pains, and, et cetera, et cetera. we have to find a way to bounce back. And, whether you've been incarcerated or you just have a major setback, it's all about the mind. It's all about keeping your mind focused and positive and, really, really got a plan. That's the key to the equation. When you start planning, you start thinking about tomorrow. Your mind now leaves yesterday and goes to tomorrow. And so you're no longer in today, even though today is today, you are in tomorrow when you start planning and when you start thinking about your life and what you want to achieve. So it's very important for you to pull out that clean sheet of paper and write down, what is it that I want? That's a great exercise. I do it all the time. I open my journal to a clean sheet of paper and I say, what do I want? And I just start writing. I'll write a couple of words. I want peace of mind. I want loving relationships. I want to be successful in my job. And I just write and write and write. And what will happen in just a short period of time, everything that you want has nothing to do with the physical. You want harmony in your body and in your mind. You want peace in your relationships. You want emotional and sentimental things. You don't want big things and stuff. There's all the money in the world, and there's all the cars and watches, etc. And when you get done wanting those, there's real life, because love is invisible, but yet it is the greatest power that we know. So we just got to be focused on planning and keeping our mind focused in the right place. Barbara has put together a set of quotes for us, and I think the opportunity here is to dive into this quote maybe a little more than we did last week. The hot quote for today is, being on a spiritual path doesn't prevent you from facing times of darkness, but it teaches you how to use the darkness as a tool for growth.
Totally true. Because again, a lot of times you get on that path of righteousness and you feel like nothing can mess with you. And it's not totally true. Things can, but you have that strength to get through.
Right.
It's just that strength factor.
It's the strength factor.
But it's not to get you off path, it's to keep you on path.
Right.
So again, you got to be on path. So you have to get right. And a lot of times we're running around and you're doing it for everybody and you're not taking care of yourself.
Right.
You got to get spiritually right. You got to take care of yourself, and then you get these other tasks taken care of real quick.
Yeah. And I think a healthy point here, Jay, what's coming to my mind is that to get right or righteous on a spiritual path, you got to understand how God works. And see, there's not going to ever be a time in life where it seems like a problem or an issue isn't trying to come against you, right? Life is about getting through them day in and day out, right? I looked at my the number of days I've been alive yesterday. I don't know why it came to mind, but I've been alive 17,996 days as of today.
I didn't even ask you where you get that number from.
But that's a real number. If you put in your birthday, I'll tell you the number of days that you've been alive. I've been alive 17,997 days. I had 17,997 days of issues and problems and hurdles to overcome.
All right.
And so it becomes a natural part of life. And when you understand that your spirituality will help you overcome those problems, right? You no longer have to face them with blind misunderstanding. You'll face them with the knowledge that this is the Spirit walking you through your path in life, and all will be well. All will be well. If you do good and you have right thinking and you do good by people and you love with a pure heart and kindness and meekness and gentleness and all of those things, life is going to take you to great places. But for those of you who may have lesser than minds, life is going to take you straight to hell, right? And I don't mean hell in and of itself. I just mean that if you do dark things to people, darkness is going to consume you, and that's just the way God's law of life works. So quote for today is super powerful, and of course our topic for the week would be unity. That's an interesting one, right? Unity.
Along with the topic, I'm just saying. Y'all trying to put too much together.
Spirituality. When we put spirituality and unity together, you got the individual self-actualized, ready to absorb community and take care and love people. You know what I'm saying? Like he's supposed to do. That's just what's coming to my mind.
I mean, that was a nice one.
I mean, that's the way it is. A self-actualized individual knowing his purpose in life and serving the world. Right? So now we bring spirituality and unity together. That everyone should realize that their gifts are not for them. Their gifts are for the world. God created the gifts that you have for the world. And if you're not using them, you're certainly missing the mark and leaving a lot of your potential on the table. Unity is about togetherness, right? It's about thinking alike. It's about being as one. And my question is, are you fighting life? Do you feel like, you're fighting life? Life is against you.
With the fighting life, really?
Yeah, you feel like life is against you, like you gotta struggle and toil to make life happen.
Mm-hmm.
See, that is a way of looking at the self, that you're divided within yourself, right? So the unity that you seek is not outside of you. The unity that you seek is within yourself. It can only be obtained through one's sense of self. And so that is the thing to work on when one begins to work on the idea of unity. Being as one. I wrote here, be as one with your desires. If you listen to any of the hype shows, Denzel Washington do those motivational sets on YouTube, that they're always trying to take your mind to the next level. And one of the ways to take your mind to the level is be one with the thing you desire to be. Right? Mm-hmm. Be unified with wealth and prosperity in your spirit. Now you may not be able to see it, but you gotta say it.
Right.
And you gotta be saying it to yourself all the time. Otherwise, you're drifting in a place that probably is not wealth and prosperity and abundance and creativity and creativeness. So you gotta be at one with your desires. I am right now, Jay. I'm already a millionaire.
Okay. I'm
already a millionaire, right? And whether it ever manifests on the outside, I feel it so deeply on the inside. Okay. I'm unified with it. That's the life I want to live, is a prosperous life. I think that's the life that God wants us to live. So unity is a very interesting subject. It can be talked about in so many different ways. Anything to add to it, Jan?
Man, I'm going to tell you, you really craft. You kind of dropped the mic on that one.
Okay.
I would like to say self-empowerment comes to mind for me when you say unity, because again, it is enriching yourself.
Right.
And getting back to believing in yourself.
Get back to believing in yourself.
And when you get that, you become more powerful.
Yes.
And a lot of times we're running around doing other people's work.
Okay.
And we're missing the mark, because again, I read, and I'm trying to remember the book that I was reading. They was talking about how many people die with their dreams.
Yes.
And they never manifest.
Yes.
And I really encourage people to find out what's in you. All right. And it will give you a different way of looking at life.
Right.
And this show helped me so much in my day-to-day.
Yes, it does.
A lot of my struggles and a lot of my stresses, because we all have stresses.
Right.
And I think stresses are somewhat needed because, again, it develops you.
Right.
But you got to balance it, because too much stress always is bad. And I always believe in trying to stay less stress, because it's almost impossible to be stress-free, because you can't control everything.
Right.
But control what you can, and then evaluate all the time. Because again, you have to make changes.
Right.
But again, going back to self and believing in self, it gives you that power.
There you go.
That is needed. In today's time, as dark as it is right now, we're facing so much.
Believing in self is like a battery inside your spirit.
All right.
You can't do anything without the belief in self, and without what they call self-actualization, where I know that I know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people fail and wonder in life because they don't know who they are, and then they're easily influenced and they're easily taken off their path. But for those who are self-actualized and know who you are, those are the people who are getting things done in life. And we can carry on and on and on about that. Let's turn the corner and talk about the subject for tonight. Bring it to the table?
No, bro. No, because you ain't getting me in trouble. Nah, you think you slick crap.
This is a good one.
You thought I...
Okay, let me give it to you, folks.
You ain't walking me into this one.
A new word, and then I'll explain the word after I read the subject for tonight. Polyandry and polygamy. Is this something you would engage in? What are the benefits? Let's talk about it. Polyandry, as people know, polygamy is when a man is married to multiple women.
That is correct.
Polyandry is when a woman is married to multiple men. And I would assume it happens. Perhaps it may happen in some countries where they're princes and queens and kings. Maybe that is one way to protect the seed and keep the empire under the hands of the family. But it's an interesting subject, and we're going to attack it tonight. We're gonna have some fun.
We're gonna have some fun. Yeah, I don't know about attacking.
Yeah. Listen, I don't want my character swayed because of this show, but I might say a few things that are just only men thoughts.
I'm only gonna tell you. That's why I let you say it first. I'm gonna chime in. I will never leave my boy just hanging. But this is not my. Hey, I have no problem talking on it. We talk about it and everything. Right. But you ain't getting deal with it.
Listen, I ain't gonna worry about it. You gonna just fall out there in the street. You gonna fall out there right in front of the bus. I ain't gonna have to say nothing about it.
How was you driving again?
Listen, we got is Miss TK on tonight?
TK is on.
We got Miss TK on. We got Jeffrey on tonight. This is an exciting show, and we're gonna bring it to you like we always do, live and in full effect. Again, this is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic.
And I'm Smooth Jet.
And we want to thank you all for being with us tonight. We got a great show lined up for you. Stay here with us. We're going to go to break. I got a few smooth grooves for you tonight.
What you got for us, DJ?
It's all brand new. It's all just hit the market like ASAP. So check it out. Shazam it if you need to Shazam it while you're on your phone. But it's popping off. Y'all enjoy. We'll be right back with more Bar Talk with you.
Again, welcome back with Bar Talk with Jay. We got TK on the line. TK, speak up, Gary.
Good evening, everybody.
Oh,
good evening.
You gotta slow it down. I hope you more chipper for Christmas. Lord have mercy.
I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want. I'm not chipper.
I don't either, Jay. That was kind of cool to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's just because you just like her, period.
Stop it.
I want to be more chipper than that. You better wait
I'm likable.
You what now?
I'm likable.
No, you ain't.
Right.
TK, nobody like you. What you talking about?
Yes, I am.
That's why I brought you on the show.
Loves you.
No, they don't. Girl,
She's
you
likable.
No, she cute. She ain't likable.
Well,
Once you get to know her, you don't like her.
The other me likes me.
Okay.
The who? No, nobody like you, girl.
Stop it. How you doing tonight, Mr. K?
Everybody, no, they don't just like me, they love you. I feel wonderful. I'm trying to get a little cold, but other than that, I'm waiting.
Okay. Well, listen, we are ready and locked and loaded for your segment. What you got for us tonight?
Okay. It's still a little taboo for men in certain industries to be a gay man. Would you, as a man, allow your girlfriend or significant other to be a beard for her very successful gay male friend?
To be a what now?
A beard, to be his fake girlfriend, to be his cover, so that he can have his male friend without the public knowing he has a male friend.
Ooh.
So it's called being his beard.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this is your best friend. Most of us have them. Have gay male friends.
All right.
And in certain industries, it's not okay to be gay anymore. Or it's still not okay to be gay. Would you allow your female, your significant other, your wife, to pretend to be her male friend, significant, for the sake of the public?
Well, I'm because the fact Kraft like you, I'm gonna jump in first. You let Kraft go last.
Okay.
And TK, I'm just gonna tell you, hell to the no. Okay, you gonna make this real quick, player. My girl ain't playing hood up on the no, pimpin'. It ain't getting down like that. She better not even bring me that foolishness. No. No, I'm talking about, well, ain't nothing gonna happen. I ain't worried about nothing happening.
Yes.
Ain't nothing gonna happen because you ain't doing it.
Yeah, I would say I just might do that, right? And I
you
would
let it go down like that?
I would only do it because you can't pick your wife's girlfriends, you know, and friends. You know, you can't pick them, even though they might be, you know, they might not be somebody you like or whatever. But if she had a friend who was gay, and as long as I knew, you know, that it was fully gay.
Crap! Oh, you going soft.
I mean, listen. I'm gonna tell you, my lady might turn a gay man straight. You know what I'm saying?
So you gonna let her turn straight?
No, I might let him go out, but I got to know he ain't gonna turn.
You'll never know, crap. You'll never know. They play that role. And they got an eye there.
Yeah.
Boy, they put that smooth and suave on them.
Right.
I know. They wasn't gay as they thought.
I know, but you know, my lady is gonna be able to see. You know, she gonna see what I see. So all I need to know is that she can understand the situation and, you know, can manage it appropriately. I guess I wouldn't stop her if, you know, let's just say he's an executive. There are a lot of them in the executive world, and he might need a date or whatever to go to the, you know, big soiree at the executive party or whatever, and you know, that'd be cool. You know, that'd be cool. They friends, they going out. I could dig that. You know, I can understand that as long as I know. You know what I'm saying? As long as I know, and I don't shun people for any of that kind of stuff. I love people for who they are. And so, you know, it wouldn't bother me at all. You know what I mean? It wouldn't bother me. I would, you know, might a little bit.
Let's see, okay. You speaking real confident. Yeah, I'm telling you now.
I got to just know that now. Because I've had friends, I've had ladies in my life who had, you know, gay friends. And it was not an issue. You know, we hung out, we had, you know, we kicked it, bars, you know, whatever. So, you know, I could be cool with that.
If we dating, I can probably care less. Because in dating life, and you just having fun, that's cool.
Right.
My wife? No, play. No. My wife ain't acting like she was somebody else.
But listen.
And she got my name?
That dude has probably been in her life a long time.
What that mean to me?
That mean he a friend.
Once that name get tattooed on her, that's Mrs. Huggerbrook.
But you can't pick her friends, Jay.
I don't gotta pick her friends. But no, he ain't gonna be acting like he Mr. Huggerbrook. He ain't going nowhere pretending nothing. Okay? Because then she gonna forget that she pretending and then come back acting real crazy, and I'm gonna have to straighten the whole matter out. So we gonna stop all that. Okay? Here's when he wanna act like you gotta act with somebody other than mine.
Yeah, you know, folks, we don't script this show. You know, we bullet pointed and segmented, and I think this is very close to the topic of tonight. Yes, fairly close to the topic. We're talking tonight, Ms. TK, about polyandry and polygamy. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on those?
I ain't sharing nothing. I ain't sharing a fork. The key to the house, I'm going to send a long pass call. I'm not sharing nothing.
Right.
I have no interest in you keeping me and putting that on the call.
Right. Keep the phone next to your mouth.
Yeah.
See that? She got upset. Yeah, we weren't here all of it.
Yeah, we missed a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But listen, and I can identify with that. I can truly identify. But you're not sharing anything. So let me ask
you. How you gonna identify? You let your woman go off with another dude.
I mean, you know, like I said, I've had ladies in my life who had gay friends, and I get the whole scenario. You know what I'm saying? They're friends. They're just friends. They go to the mall together, all that other stuff, right? So I don't, you know, it was no
she come home poke. Don't you call.
I mean, she come home poke. You know what I'm saying? I high five him and keep on going.
Grab on one.
Ain't no need to fight. Just go on to the next destiny.
No. That was just a scenario where you have to do things like my granddad, and he says he take that home, pay your bills. I'm going out drinking with the fellas. Then go lay up with Susan.
Right.
After you don't took care at home, but you just praying that my sister's cousin don't see you no well. because then it'll be a problem.
Right.
I'm not allowing you to do anything. And if I'm sleeping out enough, I'm enough to be alone. You can move on and be with her, and sometimes she can agree with that, but
So
she's not with it at all.
So watch this, and this is something I've heard from you several times before. You are the type of woman who has male friends, and so how should your man feel about you going out with your male friends? I mean, it's very similar. In fact, it might be a little more risk there going out, with your regular friend, and he's straight, but he your friend, he been your boy for years. I mean, should we understand that? Should we be okay with that?
When I go with my little friends, there's never just he and I, and it's never just he and I. And so I always be in a group setting. My spouse or significant is always going to be invited, so it's truly his choice if he wants to go or not. And he's going to know these people way before we get to the point of he's my significant. During the dating and honeymoon, and I'm going to go to a honeymoon, we're getting to know each other, you're going to be introduced to my friends. Because I need them to pay a judgment to see if I'm going to have to kill you or not. So I need them to look at you and let you know she's crazy, she's tight, she don't mind, it's okay, are you willing to deal with it? Because they can introduce you to a side of me you probably ain't seen, you just didn't shoot me. You got to feel crazy to me. So they're going to get to know you and they're going to eventually become your, not your friends because they'll always be mine. They're going to be acquaintances of yours that you're comfortable with. Anyway. That's what you got to say. That's just like male friends. We're not going to keep that male friends 2 years after we've been dating. Oh, this is just my cousin. No. No, they're not.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So you gotta bring him in early. I think it's important to bring him in
I mean,
early.
and that's to make you comfortable for everybody.
And so, and you would be cool with him having, he being friends with a female.
Several.
Friends and others, yes.
Yeah.
I have
Five
because
females.
I'm confident with me.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with me.
Okay.
It has a lot to do with a person being comfortable with themselves. Because the fact of the matter is, if you know her or not, if that's what he chooses or wants to do, he's going to know how to do it anyway.
Right.
So if this is homegirl from 20 years ago and he wants to sleep with her, or somebody he just missed the club 2 days ago, he's still going to do the best he wants to do. I can't do you 24 hours a day, a week, 7 days a week. And I'm not a babysitter. I have no intention on it.
Right. But you can't let him put himself in them positions. You know what I'm saying? We know how strong temptation is.
If he has been his friend for years, how can I say, oh, now we're dating and we got it. I want you to be my friend. That's crazy because I would never allow you to tell me I can't be friends with people I've been on since 6th grade or 7th grade.
But every single time.
I'm not going to alienate my friends because you're uncomfortable with yourself.
Yeah, every time it has happened to me though, see, I got to know some history. You know, I want to know back to the beginnings because I'm not sure that I believe women and men can be friends until the hurdle has been overcome. Now there is a place where the hurdle has been overcome and they can be friends. There's no temptation. They don't even look at each other in that way. That can happen. But men hang around for a little while. They be very patient until you get hurt, and then you just need you need a shoulder to cry on. I've seen it all. I've been there and done that.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but I have male friends I know have an attraction to me and I've been knowing them 20+ years, and they have an attraction to me. And that's up to me. That's what I think. Man, I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to. And even when I'm saying you're my friend, I don't want to go in those risks because what's been going ain't fine. I don't have 2 kids. I really don't have 2 points throughout me, period. I'm not going to put myself in a position to say, we were friends for 20 years. Let's just try it. Because then you ruin great friendships. So if something goes wrong, you can never go back to being friends. So I never put myself in that position.
Yeah.
So if you're my friend 20 years, you're going to always be my friend.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to me, I'm going to hug you. If I'm hurt, I have other friends on the phone. Boy, I know how to get in the shower, turn that water on, that building, fly, pray, angel, hallelujah, and pray out of the shower by myself. Then I go to the shoe and get the and I'm fine.
What?
Okay.
Right. Just give us all the details.
That's what I'm talking about.
Grab, boy. Let me tell you something. Grab ain't got no hair on top of his head, but it was standing up. What? He's like, you ain't gotta get in that
That's
shower,
what I'm
girl.
talking about.
Oh, you
That's
gotta
real
do is
as
make a
it- that's
phone
real
call.
as it
It
get.
makes you difficult to trust.
Yeah, I never get the experience, but women tell me about them shower heads. Just a regular old guy. That's all I am. You know, that's real talk. But listen, you always take us to the next level.
Yes,
And we have to do nothing but appreciate you for that. Do you have any parting words for us tonight?
I do not. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday. Everybody safe and enjoy family.
Okay. And thank you again, Miss Tina.
And
And happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you and your
Kraft want his
family.
gift.
Huh?
Kraft want his gift.
First one, what?
Kraft want his gift.
What?
Listen.
We can get.
What you mean? What ring you better?
Yeah, Jay, what you talking? Hey, I
You
just
better
ain't
put a
none of this
bow-
coming from me.
You better put a bow on top of your forehead.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Stop it. Hey, listen, all the best to you and your family for the holidays. We will be here next Thursday, so we'll talk to you then.
Okay. Definitely. Drive enjoy.
All right. Thank you so much.
That Kraft over there.
Man,
It's like he don't want no
she
gift.
always bring it, don't she, bro?
No,
That-
she's
that's
one
an
in a
interesting
million.
subject.
She's one in a million.
Yeah, that's an interesting subject. Would you let your lady go out with a gay man for the public to see, just so maybe he can escape his identity as
you
being
being
gay?
a nice guy.
He ain't in the closet, right?
Go ahead, this guy. I'm sitting there like, not mine. Nah, pimping.
You know what's
interesting?
interesting, man, is I have seen on many occasions
Mhm.
a husband and a wife together, and the husband seems gay, and he has all the gay tendencies, and I wonder, you never know, but I wonder how those relationships really are unfolding underneath the surface. There's probably a lot more going on than meets the eye, but
Normally it is.
as long as they love each other and can
Right.
hold that bond together. And
That's
so
it.
let's move on.
Yeah. Hey, she put that there.
Yeah.
Ain't had nothing to do with that.
She put it in there, yeah. So I'm gonna keep the music going, and let's come back after the break.
We back in the building, and who we got on the line now? Kraft Mappy, you know who I got on the line?
That's Mr. Jeffrey.
What?
Yes, sir.
Jeffrey on the line. Jeffrey, how you doing?
Brother Jay, what's going on? Brother Kraft, what's going on with you?
Man, we holding it down over here, bruh.
Man, we missed you last week, partner.
Yeah, but no loss. We know something happened, and I know that just builds up to the next week, right? So yeah, man. So how you been, man? What's going on with you, bruh?
Man, I tell you what, my daughter's caught in the shop. My son coming back, bleeding all the money out of my pocket.
Right.
They worked me like a Hebrew slave today, but you know what time it is.
Yes, sir. Here we go.
It is time for you to close your mouth and listen. You ask me some questions, I give you some answers from a man's point of view.
Okay.
Now, folks, listen, I got one reason for the habitually single woman and one reason for the habitually single man as to why they might be single. But before we get to that, here is my disclaimer.
Uh-oh.
Now, what I'm going to talk about might not apply to you, and if it doesn't apply to you, I don't want you to put your foot up in this shoe. But if it does apply to you, I want you to put both feet in both shoes and walk around in it because you're going to learn something tonight. Ladies, you are first. Now, ladies, you might be single because you negative. I mean, negative as hell. I mean, a brother can come to you with a positive idea and you shoot it down because you're just so negative. You can't see beyond your own shortcomings. Damn that if you don't let him be brilliant and talented without you, nah, you gonna kill his dreams because you negative. You're not gonna let that brother's vision come to fruition because if it comes to fruition, his confidence might get up. And if his confidence might get up, his walk and his strut might change.
Right.
If his walk and his strut changes, a different caliber of woman might notice him. And if he gets noticed, he gonna leave your ass alone. So you make sure that you keep his ass on that negative, killing his dream. What happens eventually, ladies, is this now. That brother realizes that, hey, you know what, I got some dead weight around my ankle.
Right.
I got some dead weight slowing my roll. And it's like you become a parachute. It becomes resistance training. And when he gets rid of your ass, his muscles have been built up from carrying all that negative weight that you had him restrained by.
Right.
And his muscles are stronger. He's running faster. And he's running fast as hell to get away from your ass, leaving your ass single, going to that woman who knows how to build his ass up. That's why you're single, because you're naked.
Because you're naked. Boy, that's a big one right there, man. Can't deal with no negativity, man. I can't even deal with it, bruh. I don't hey, listen, my old cousin said, what is understood need not be explained. And I think you just summed that. Yeah, I think you just summed that up, Jeffrey. Keep it moving for us, baby.
You done pissed off half the world.
They'll be all right, negative answers. All right, fellas, don't think I'm letting you off the hook. Don't think I'm letting you off the hook, brothers. Now, fellas, you are next.
Okay.
Now, fellas, you might be single because you ain't got no vision. Now, I need you to understand, you could wear glasses and contacts at the same damn time and you still wouldn't be able to see anywhere in the future because you got no vision.
Right.
I need you to understand, fellas, that you have no vision, nothing that pushes you beyond where you are right now.
Right.
You're settling for mediocre. You got no vision because you think getting along just to get along is good enough. You got no vision. Fellas, I want you to understand, when you expand your vision, it should scare the crap out of you because you're sitting there thinking, man, what if this actually works?
Right.
How you going to know if you don't try?
Right.
If you try and it doesn't work, you should learn something. You should learn what not to do, and you keep on going forward until you get it right. Now, I need you to understand, fellas, this is the biggest thing that's missing in our community right now. Men with a solid vision.
Right.
Because the women will follow the man with vision because she knows he can see clearly. She ain't even got to look.
Right.
She just needs to go along for the ride and make sure he don't make a wrong turn.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
Now, right now, fellas, you can't see the woman you with because your vision is short. You farsighted and nearsighted at the same damn time, and she left your ass single because you can't see nothing anyway. That's why you single, because you ain't got no vision.
Because you ain't got no vision.
I'm gonna tell you right now, me and Kraft both got our glasses all right. But the good thing is, we didn't need them.
We didn't need them, man.
We ain't need them.
No, we got
dropped
vision.
the glasses because understand our vision is way in front of us.
Yeah, I don't feel convicted by this,
Nah.
but I know some brothers who should be.
What?
And I often wonder, like, you know, like the girl that's with those guys, I wonder, like, at what point do they say, hey, this cat ain't really going nowhere. But he might be a good-looking guy, and he might make a lot of money, or, you know, he might be able to take care of her. He might know how to treat a lady.
Right.
But, you know, all he want to do is hang out and party and kick it, you know?
Don't want to take care of business.
Yeah, and listen, I recently knew of a relationship where, you know, the guy makes buku money, and the woman is like, she's the type of team player that she'll help him run his business, and, you know, was washing, you know, taking his clothes to the dry cleaners, and she was all about him because he made so much money. He took good care of her, but she was showing that she was all about him, but he couldn't do right because he ain't have no vision. He didn't realize that was the one, right? He was so short-sighted. And after they broke up, because she found his phone and, you know, found dozens of videos and all kinds of stuff. I mean, he was really out there. You know, again, that part of doing all of that is not having a vision. So I won't belabor the point, but man, you really nailed that one. And I think men with a vision is the pivot point, and it is the essence of humanity. Men having a vision takes all of us to the next level. Not just our families and our communities, but our whole world, you know? So that is of extreme importance and most noteworthy of Jeffrey's dialogue tonight. Do your thing, Jeffrey.
Bring them together.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand something. We cannot continue on being small-minded. I was watching a video, I started reading a story on LeVar Ball and how he had his son going over to Lithuania to play basketball over there, earning about $30,000 a year. I posted that story, and one young lady said he needs to be ashamed of himself. He's out there pimping his kids. He's out there pimping his kids. Now let's talk about who's been pimping these kids.
Right.
What this man did was said, you know what, you ain't got to go to UCLA. We're going to put you over here in this European League, and you're going to make some money right now.
Right.
Because eventually you're going to be able to make more money. We don't have to play by their rules. They don't want to tell you when you're coming back. That's all right. We're going to step and we're going to do our own thing.
Right.
So here's what I need you to understand, said men and women. LeVar Ball has a vision that we should all be praying for and supporting, because he's not talking about dealing with people. He's talking about owning things.
Right.
He's not talking about just working for somebody. He's talking about building wealth for his family. I can't think of another more worthy person to pray for.
Yes.
Forget all the stuff, the obnoxiousness, that's just for PR. That's to keep his name in the paper.
Right.
Free advertising. That's a business move.
Right.
But you look at what his son did with the Lakers, and what his two other boys are getting ready to do, they're getting ready to blow up.
Yes.
This man is talking about ownership.
Right.
Who better than support than a man with vision, surrounded by a woman with positivity and not negativity? That's what we need in our communities right there.
Yeah,
Boy,
that
you-
over the head.
Yeah,
Oh.
you tied that down. That's white flag material right there, right? A man with a vision and a woman without negativity. That sums up all of Jeff.
That makes a powerful team.
Yeah, man, I love the way he started that. You said you can't be small-minded. And we who are on a path to do something in our lives have to be very careful not to let small-mindedness steal our dreams and steal our goals and steal our efforts toward our dreams and our goals. So what a noteworthy segment. Some people just can't see the big vision, you know, and you can't let the naysayers and the haters really affect your outcome at all. You got to act like what they said never mattered. Jeffrey, tonight we are talking about polyandry and polygamy. And what's your take on that subject? That's just an open vessel for you to share some dialogue.
Have some fun, Jeffrey. Have some fun.
What do you think about polygamy?
Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Now, first of all, polyamory, when they're loving many different types of people for different reasons, that's okay. You know, you can do what you want to do. You know, you grow on a consenting adult, as long as everybody's safe, that's good. But here's the part that I want to dwell on: polygamy. Now, I don't mean polygamy from having as much coochie or cookies as you want. I mean polygamy from the investment standpoint, and this is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You could have a woman in the household that's great with the books, that can teach the kids financial literacy. You could have a woman in the household that is an incredible people person, that can teach people social skills. You could have a woman in the household who actually is an excellent business-minded, entrepreneurial spirit, who can marry both of those elements together. And you, as the provider for the household, being a serious man, can help to build an empire.
Right.
Now listen, I mean, from the business standpoint, there are many cultures in the world who believe in polygamy, and it is a sign of strength and respect for that man to be able to have more than one wife and treat them all equally,
Yes.
provide for them all equally. It is a business transaction. Now, don't get me wrong. Love is great, and I love some cookies.
Right.
I would love to have 3 different varieties of cookies in the house.
Right.
Don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying to you, and I want you to take this to heart, from that business standpoint, it cuts down on the amount of bills. It gives you a community in the household. You know, it takes a community to raise a child. You got one built in right there.
Right.
So I just need everybody to feel me now.
Okay.
Polyamory, hey, that's cool. Love who you want to love. But polygamy, when used correctly, builds community.
Yes. Builds community. Okay. Listen,
That's a
it
good
sounds
thing.
like Jeffrey is
Down with it.
Yeah.
Jeffrey's down with it.
well, listen.
Hey, man,
There's one central point I want to make throughout this entire show
What's
on
that?
this subject,
What's
and
that?
I'm glad Jeffrey is present to hear this. You can't really. There's probably not a man on earth who would not want more than one woman,
Mhm.
right? It is just kind of our nature to love women by the multiples.
Okay.
And even though rule and law and procedure, etc., has kept us from pursuing that in a lot of cultures and communities, every man will tell you he wants multiple women, if he's being honest with you. And and maybe the only sidebar would be men who've gotten out of polygamy. that man said only one for me. You talking about multiplying your problems times 7 or 8, and it's an interesting subject. I'd like to see how those households work. They do work very much like a business. And everybody's got a role to play, and everybody's going to get children this year, and everybody's might get a new car, and and a lot of, families grow up, multiple, I don't even know the language to put to it. It's happening. And I know probably every woman, particularly black American woman, will be like, you have lost your mind.
Yeah, Crab, you are so putting your foot up your butt.
Yeah. Well, I can't take, man's natural desire away. It also would be very nice to have Mrs. Right and to live the American dream and the white picket fence and go on to greatness together. But as we live our lives, some of us have started to wonder if that's real, if that's possible. Because I know a lot of people who are together, and they're not happy. And they would rather not be where they are, but they are there for situations and circumstances and money and hard, it'll be too hard being alone, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So what's the best route? I think only God can tell you, what I'm saying? Only God can determine that outcome. So, listen, Jeffrey, man, we really appreciate you. Any further comments for us tonight?
Oh, man, no. I'm having a little bit of a cold, so guys, I apologize for my voice sounding crazy, but here's the thing.
Take your time.
When it comes to polygamy, I'm telling you, just from the business standpoint, it makes sense. That would be a really nice solution to really, to speed up and expedite the healing in our community. Because if you got one strong, positive brother in the house with multiple women raising those kids, more kids get to see a positive man in the household. Now, I'm not talking about a man that's just getting over. Right. I'm talking a man that's taking care of the household, that's leading the household.
Right.
So for me, yeah, if it was illegal in this country, I have about 4, 5, 6, 7 of them.
Okay, Jeffrey.
Hey, listen, Jeffrey.
He voted for Jeffrey for president. Jeffrey for president. I ain't even know he ran. Jeffrey for president. Everybody come together.
Yeah.
Trump.
Listen, if it was
impeach.
If it was legal, I would be on it too. But listen, Jeffrey, don't miss the mark. And wouldn't even be nothing wrong with having $500,000 or $600,000 earners in the house while you play golf all day every day. So don't miss the opportunity for greatness. Jeffrey, man, we always appreciate you. The good Reverend Dr. Jeffrey, folks. Let's give him a round of applause.
What?
Yeah, he always.
Hilton is always my boy.
So yeah, man. Any goodbyes for us this evening?
Man, I tell you what, just keep on doing what we're doing. We're going in the right direction.
Yes.
More people are standing up for our communities, and we're going in the right path, man. I'm really hopeful, really hopeful.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Me too, man. So, the next segment, folks, we are going to go in on the subject of polygamy, and I want you all to stay tuned because some interesting dialogue coming out of here. And don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted, folks. We are not condoning polygamy, but we each have feelings on it. And, perhaps in our lifetime, many of you, particularly women, might be faced with the opportunity to. And you're going to have to make a decision that your parents might not like. And your mother and sister might not like, but it might be the best thing for you and your family experience over the long haul. So y'all stay tuned with us. Again, this is Bar Talk with Jay. We'll be right back.
We back with Party Talk with Jay, and I'm telling you, we on one tonight. Yes, my man Craftmatic want to go a new way, a new approach, want to make some things change. Yeah. And again, the topic is not ours, okay? First of all, I don't want nobody to be calling me later on talking about what you doing coming up. Listen, no matter what topic we come up with, it's usually a consensus. It's different people want to talk about different things. Yeah. But what I like about it is when we take the challenge of doing it. The show has to find ways to stay vibrant. And that's what we try to do. Yeah. And we're trying to get it in different angles. Right. That's what I love about Craft. He's more spiritual. Me, I'm about silly. I'm going to have some fun points of view. I'll play more devil advocate than Craft. Craft is more an angel. Me, ain't nothing. Oh, wait, yes.
I think our audience is all aware of that.
I'm gonna straight say it. Yeah. I'm that person that I got that little this saying, don't do that. Yes, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it all day long. Yeah. But also I learned to stop being so foolish and start helping. And again, you have to grow. Yeah. So some of my foolish ways I had to lay down. Okay. And I want everyone to grow and learn that just because you was a fool at one time, don't mean you gotta stay a fool. Right. Get more educated, get loved, be loved, and quit playing. Mm-hmm. Because again, some things that we do, we don't have to.
So let me ask you this, Jay.
Okay, go ahead.
We were talking about dating. Mm-hmm. We all I won't say looking for Mr. and Mrs. Right. Mm-hmm. I'm not looking for Mrs. Right, but I'm hoping she shows up. Right. Give me some advice, man, on what to look for. What is meaningful in finding that right person?
Let me grab that mic. Listen, Grab, I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead. Teach me, Grasshopper.
To me, Grasshopper. Yeah. One of the things you really want to look for is a person that looks in you. A person that's willing to look into your eyes but see your soul. A person that's just not there for the physical. Not a person that's gonna tell you, you look good and all that. That's cute. That's nice. Okay. I want to be able to know what's in you. A person that can actually look at you and say, you know something, I can see you hurting. Right. I can see that you're covering up your real feelings because I can see deeper than what your emotions want to show because we want to show happiness when we're not. Right. I faked that for a long time. But for a person to be able to see more into you that can help you understand your pain. Yes. When you get that person, that's the person that you already know that at that point, dating is not necessary. Right. And I can quit all what I do and now I can devote more time just to you. Yeah. And you mentioned a time frame recently. Uh-huh. How much time does might it take to really know that this is the person that I really want to invest my time in? I would say if you'll get a feel. Chemistry is quick. Chemistry is important. Right, and chemistry is quick. You get on the field of chemistry fairly quick. I like to say within 30 to 60 days, you're gonna know if that person has a chemistry and a little that make you want to continue going. But when I say to know, I will give over a year or so. The reason I say that is to look into you and know you. That takes time, and most of the time they're not staying with you because you're dating. So it's like hit and miss. So it's not fair to say she don't look at me like that. She don't see you like that either. You work so hard, you do so much. But when she do take time, she's trying. Yeah. And that's why you have to make sure you give her a little bit more time. And that's why a lot of people be like, yo, you should be able to know something within 98. No, chemistry you can catch because you're around the person. Yeah. But when it comes to actually knowing you, I give it a little bit more time. Especially if you're not staying with her, being with her all the time, it takes a little bit longer. And again, my whole thing is this. Even in dating, there's never a such thing to me as a wasted time. If you're
never wasted time.
If
I
you're
agree with that.
Positively encouraging each other. Right. If you're pouring positive things into a person, even when y'all go your own way, it's not as negative as what others has been doing. Right. Because they've been manipulating their time with a false reality of being with them, knowing they don't want to be with them. Right. So that's what makes negativity come from it. Because you didn't have no good intentions in the first place. But when you take the time to learn a person and encourage them on their path, even when you go your own way, they might not be happy at the fact that y'all went your own way. Don't get that twisted. Yeah. But guess what? At the end of the day, I don't have so many negative thoughts about you because you are the person that took time to know me.
Right.
So now when I get another relationship, I have a little source to go by.
Right.
At least he asked me these questions. Why you don't ask me these questions?
Right.
Don't bring my name up though. I don't need no haters.
Right.
But it's positive to bring positive reinforcement compared to negative.
It's kind of like, what's the old saying? It's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love me some loving.
Yeah.
I love some loving.
Me too. Listen, I completely agree. The subject is kind of a double-edged sword, a catch-22. I use those phrases because what statistics will tell us is that the relationships that last the longest are the relationships where people just commit. You meet somebody, you like them, you may see a few things that you don't like or don't want, but you commit. You commit, and because you commit, excuse me, but because you commit, that you will, you'll stay the long haul. And you're not going to be worried about, you don't have any temptations. You don't have any other people pulling at you. You don't have any other situations concerning you or your past, that you really wholesomely commit. Those are the relationships that last the longest, right? And the other side of the equation, for those of us who have been in a love relationship or a marriage and been through a divorce, that now we're on the caution to pay attention. Let me make sure I know who this person is. Let me make sure I can understand, how they think and if they'll handle the situation that way. So again, that is the catch-22. The greatest love relationships just commit and go the long haul. But yet those of us who have been there and done that, thinking that we got to start looking for some things in particular. And I'll just say this is my new philosophy. It only new in the last few years, but I have realized that I cannot choose Mrs. Right. That I don't have the ability to choose Mrs. Right. I can see some worldly things, and the Lord may give me wisdom and divine understanding, but He knows her future, and He knows my future, and He knows how we can spark the light for each other as we go through life, and how we can nurture and hold each other up, or that we might not be able to do that. And so I'm just going to be looking for divine inspiration for my Mrs. Right, and until then, I'm going to date, and with no intentions of hurting anyone, with no intentions of doing anybody wrong, and I'm not going to be, sleeping around, because that's dangerous in and of itself. But I am. So I just think it's important to assess what we need to look for in Mr. and Mrs. Right. And if there's nothing greater, man. I truly believe there's nothing greater than having a ride or die. Yes. Right by you all the time, who you can share your secrets with. They know you inside and out, and what you like and what you don't like. I just believe that long-term, lifetime relationship of love is the greatest. It has to be the safest place to be. It has to be the most comforting place to be. It seems like it's the most, it's a decision that'll keep renewing your spirit, just having a loved one, having a sounding board all the time, but it's hard because we have to accept things that we don't want to accept. We have to change in ways that we don't want to change. We have to give up things that are less valuable. And the things that are less valuable are sometimes really fun. Right? Yeah. Going out and all that other stuff, that's fun stuff. But, to have a lifelong relationship, you're going to have to give a lot of that up. And you're going to have to be okay with giving a lot of that up. And if you're not ready for it, be honest, just like you said up front, man.
All day long. And I'm going to tell you, Kraft, some pointers to me when it comes to dating and understanding. Being truthful on the upfront, a lot of people have their own desires, okay? And half the time their desires is lies. Because you want to give a person a perception or a means other than what reality really is. And I understand what the desires are. But when you are filled with the Spirit, and you know your real path, you don't care for that.
Right.
And you don't care to mislead.
Right.
And I like to say, I don't like to tell people what I want. Okay? Now, anybody that ever dated me know
Me
telling,
either.
I'm being real right here. I don't tell people what I want. I talk to them, but I don't tell them. And the reason I don't tell them is because really they need to be them. So if I tell them what I want, they'll do it all day long.
Right.
Okay?
They'll play the
But
game.
when would I learn them?
Right.
I can learn from day one
Yeah.
by allowing them to be them. And
And-
then I can be me.
Yeah.
And then I can see if we really get along. But see, I always notice that a lot of women ask me what I like, and they trying to pull from me. But what I stopped doing is letting you pull me, because you can't even control me. You can give that facet up quick. How about just do you?
Just
And then they be like, well, what that mean? Because see, they're not used to that.
They're
Because
not.
they see used to the old game.
Right.
Let's talk about a real game. A game that I'm not trying to hurt you.
Right.
I'm trying to develop us. Because even if we don't stay together, I don't believe in destroying nothing.
Absolutely.
So
Jay.
we're going to
Preach it
start
tonight.
this in a way that we can create a better unity.
Yeah.
And talking about what you like, half the time it's off of what somebody else did.
Yeah.
You telling me what some other man did. I have women tell me all the time, you're not really romantic. I'm not a big romantic type guy. I take care of a woman. I do certain things. But, like leaving the car door, hey, my wife probably slept in the car. They're like, because she'd be like, I ain't getting out till you open the door. And the kids be like, Mama's still in the car.
I'll
be like,
boy, you so
man. I'd be like, well, hope you got a pillow. But I wanted to be that romantic type dude, but
Yeah.
it wasn't me. But one thing about what I even loved about the missus back then, she knew it wasn't. She picked with me about it. That's why I tried, and I tried to enhance myself with it. But what she really cared about me is the fact that I at least tried. She knew it wasn't me, but what she cared is I at least tried, because then she knew she met something. So I understand how games is played,
Yeah.
and that's why it's fine.
Yeah.
But to push a person and ask how and what all you like, calm that down and be you. Because if you be more you,
And you know what, Jay?
we'll save a lot of time.
I've met a many of women who couldn't quite get that, who couldn't quite understand that. I'm like, listen, be you, right? And I'll adapt, and I'll be me, and you adapt, and then we each still have ourselves and each other.
And we know each other.
Right.
Because it's you now. It ain't
Right.
you faking to
Right.
be that one for me.
But what I will say that equates into a person who may not really have their own identity.
No, that's, yeah.
You know, that can equate to someone who, and not to say that there isn't anything wrong with it, but maybe there are a lot of women who get their identity from the man they're with. You know, maybe that's part of the leadership of the man, is just him having his identity, and she can fall in and fit in where she may. And it works the opposite way as well. You know, because women are strong and are leaders in the world. And, sometimes if they meet a man who's as headstrong as they are,
Mhm.
and they have to be that just to get through the world of business and their careers and making money for their families. But now they need a different type man. Now they need a man who's a yes man. Now they need a man who might just fill their few gaps. And they're the leaders of the household and of the family. It's not the way I do business, but that would be just the opposite side of the equation. I just don't. I'm really a believer in authenticity.
I like that word.
And if you be authentic and you be original and you are who you are, then I can accept you or deny you. I'll never reject you. I'll just
No reason
deny
to.
you, right?
Right.
Because you might be cool people to hang out with, and maybe we can share some business ideas. Maybe we can support one another.
Sound like you about to
The
friend her.
kids.
You about to friend her.
I am.
He's about to put her in the friend zone.
She's going to get the friend zone and will never escape.
I already see the
But
crap.
listen, it's a lot of them who don't go in the friend zone, right? So being in the friend zone is still a privilege and an honor, where I come from, And I have been put in the friend zone, didn't appreciate it, but they were still great people. you know?
I put myself in the friend zone sometimes.
Yeah, but I'll come out the friend zone. Don't get it twisted, right?
I put myself in there for that reason, not to come out.
Yes, I can change your perception of me if I truly want to. But if I may not care enough, then I might just, let things be the way they are. But what an interesting discussion.
I mean,
Right?
it's interesting
We're
because you
talking-
think about it.
Yeah, we're talking about how people come together, what to look for, what the pitfalls may be, and learning to love and learning to date, I think is it is an art and a science to it.
It is.
You got to be proactive, and at the same time, you got to protect yourself.
I like to say, key rule: if you see a nice looking girl and she around her girlfriends, be cautious not to walk up on that table because you're walking into a disaster zone. To me, now it can be looked at as a bold person. When you got a girl that she's sitting around the table with like 3 or 4 girlfriends, find a way to get her away from them. Okay?
Right.
Don't approach y'all. And then one of the things that is killing me is the guys that buy everybody drinks. Okay, like you just a baller.
Went to
and
the
you
whole
buy-
other
because
level.
now I'm starting to notice that when I'm having conversations that's just being done. Well, you getting us a drink too? I don't know you. Okay, if I'm talking to the person, I'm not buying drinks for other people. I don't know y'all. So it's not me being bougie like that. It's just if I'm trying to get into a person,
Right.
do not invade my space. Talking about that my girlfriend get. Let's see, no, you just trying to smooch and mooch. I don't know you.
Right.
Give me this opportunity, and if I want to, I have no problem buying rounds for people
Right.
that I don't even know. But don't push my hand because my whole thing is I just don't waste my money.
Right.
And I feel like if I'm talking to a person, I'm never wasting my time if I'm getting a good conversation.
Right.
Now, if you're trying to play me, well, only thing I can tell anybody, I played with the best of them. And
That sounds like an official announcement, Jay.
and I can only tell you I can play quite well. So if that's the game you want to play, hey, feel free.
Right.
But my whole thing is when you don't win, it ain't my fault.
Right.
I like to play to win as well.
Right.
So let's win together in a positive way.
Right.
Because I love the game of spades. And I'm going to tell you about the game of spades. You know why I love the game of spades? Because you got to play with a partner.
Right.
Okay? And if you and your partner can play together without communicating, but I know if I go with a low card, you know to come with a high.
Mhm.
Because we played together enough. That's how you bond in a relationship.
There you go.
Without communication.
Right.
So if you can slam it down, put it down on cards, even in dominoes, it's still knowing your partner.
Knowing your
And taking the time to know your partner.
Right.
Quit playing around trying to kind of enhance and play with and know. And you will be a winning team.
There you go.
And that's how we gonna go to break tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you folks stay with us. We're gonna close this thing out in the last segment. This is Bar Talk with Jay. We'll be right back.
Ooh, be back. Wanna talk with Jay? Yeah, call came in at the last minute.
Right.
Graham caught me off guard because of the topic and how we talked about dating in man. And how dating got in there with polygamy, really? But I tell you what, when we talk bar talk with Tech, it's the round table, baby.
Right.
Everything comes out, and again, how people have a lot of opinions. Everyone has one, but we try to break it down to factual, better understanding, so you can see what you're doing and see what you might want to do, and have that great talk around your table. And that's what this is all about.
Yeah, man, I think it all fits, Jay. Think about it this way. Polyandry, loving who you want, who loving who you want to love, anytime you want to love them, however long you want to love them.
Mhm.
And polygamy being married to multiple people. All of those folks in those two categories have to meet and have to date and have to start to like each other and understand each other and start to have experiences. You know, if my car break down, are you gonna come get me? Or, you know, if I need a little money, you gonna help me out, or you gonna play your position and maybe be the woman that would work for me. All of those questions are being answered at the outset of the relationship. And then it goes on to, hey, let's introduce somebody else into our relationship. And I imagine that those are some interesting conversations. You know, you're dating someone, and then you come to find out that they may be married and potentially want you to be another wife in the family. That's a conversation I'm not sure.
I don't know how that's gonna go well.
Yeah, I don't even know how that conversation would go.
I don't either.
Right?
That one right there wasn't playing that well.
I mean, you know, maybe there's an opportunity to shock them into introduction, like just invite her to the house one night.
Hey, meet my wife.
Hey, I want you to meet my wife. This is Deborah.
Might want to check her purse.
Yeah.
Might want to check her purse. Maybe a homicide. I tell you, that might not go down well.
Yeah, honey, don't leave. I just want to introduce you to my family. This could all be yours.
And I want you to meet Smith and Weston. Might not be well for you.
Yeah, that's
another
exactly
Grady
right.
victim.
Right. Not very many people can really understand or internalize the idea of polygamy. It's happening in the world. It's happening very successfully in the world, and it just very well may not be the thing for you. And you know, I would really never really entertain it. You know, I don't think my world is ever going to be in a place where, you know, I could even entertain it. But
Entertain what?
entertain polygamy. You know what I mean?
Married to multiple
I done
women?
had a real child.
I'm talking about we get Jeffrey as president and he changed the rules.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if we can get Jeffrey for president.
Yeah, I want you to remember that this show could be seen for years from now.
I'm
Right?
just saying,
And
Jeffrey
your
for
Mrs.
president.
Wright is going to see that.
All I said is Jeffrey for
You
president.
can't cover it up, Jay. You
I ain't say me.
You a player.
I just said
Right.
Jeffrey.
No, you know something? Just because I'm playing, I'll be honest with you. I pretty much would not care for multiple
Okay.
wives.
That's
Really,
good.
being honest, dating multiple people is already a challenge. To have multiple wives, I heard what Jeffrey said, and you have to be really on game.
Gotta be strong.
And I really like to say, I don't know if I'm that strong on game
Right.
to be able to pull that one off. So guess what? I don't play where I already know I'm not suited and I don't fit. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I say evaluate.
There's something that just came to my mind.
What's that?
I think the reason we couldn't pull it off
Who's that?
is because we care too much.
Ooh. Yeah.
we would be pulled and strung out and you know but you got to be a little bit of a hardcore type guy
Very hard.
because you're gonna obviously have to make some hard decisions about who's gonna get your time and attention, and you might have favorites and you can't care what the other ones think. So when emotions are most certainly involved in that whole equation, but when those emotions start flaring, there's trouble at the home
Big
front.
time.
Yeah, there's trouble at the home front. So, not sure if we done that subject a major justice, but I think the dating part of it and really understanding how to tap into relationships, how to understand what people bring to the table and what they don't bring to the table, and what you're looking for and not looking for, and what you say and what you don't say. All of that dating conversation, I think, added a lot of value to the show. And if you're happily married, stay there. That is the best place for you to be, because it's not easy out here in the world being single. It's not easy being single.
And one more thing I want to throw out there for the ones that is married. That my uncle told me.
Yeah.
My uncle told me, if you've been married for a long time, do not put quitting on the table. All right?
Okay.
Work through your issues. Do not speak it into existence. Because
Right.
a lot of times, people say, if you do this, I'm going to leave you. Okay? So you're giving a person an idea that you will leave them.
Right.
And that starts a negative spiral. All right? Let's not do that. Let's work through our problems. And one of the things that you taught me, when you dive into a problem with a solution, the problem is small.
There you go.
But when you don't face a problem,
It grows.
And it takes over, and the anxiety
It grows.
happens after that. And when you get anxiety in any kind of relationship, anxiety attack is a very bad thing.
There you go.
So that's what causes pressure, causes relationships to fail. Let's take that out the equation. So let's quit the foolishness and get back to the realness.
There you go. There you go. I like that. That's a great summary to the whole show. Folks, it is about time for us to part, and we are going to be celebrating Christmas 2017 between now and the next time we get together. And we wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I think the key to the holidays is creating memories, and that may be just reaching out to someone who you haven't talked to in a long time, spending time with family members. Be awake, be alert, be alive this holiday, and internalize the gift of giving and the gift of receiving, and know that this day began, it is now, and it always will be about Jesus Christ and the birth of Christ and the birth of our Savior. And so I wish you all a wonderful holiday season. Anything to add, Jay?
All I can say is Merry Christmas to everybody. The ones that don't celebrate the holiday, just do something kind for a person next to you, because I respect all. And one of the things I will always say is let's do more for each other
Yes.
than talk about each other. Okay, I see social media and I see the negative, and I'm not gonna believe everything that I hear, and I'm gonna put out more than what I see.
Right.
I see the negative, and I'm not gonna repeat it, and I'm not gonna go there. What I am gonna do is tell you I love you.
Yes.
Not just care. I'm going back to the real root of what God poured into me.
Right.
He poured love into me.
Yes, he
So
did.
I'm gonna tell you this Christmas, if nobody else say it, I'm gonna say it to you first. Before Christmas ever hit, I love you.
Yeah.
And it's unconditional. It ain't nothing you can do about it.
Thank
You can get mad if you want to.
Right.
Jay love you.
Jay love
and,
you.
and if you, the other guy, listen, that love ain't that kind of lust. It's love.
Hey,
I love you.
Listen, with Jay, it depends on how fine you are.
Well, yeah, well, hold on. You trying to get, this ain't no TK on the other line,
Right.
man. You ain't trying to get me in trouble.
Right.
It's straight, genuine love.
Yeah,
and
and-
craftmatic. You can say what you want. You love them as
I
well.
love you too, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you,
right.
I never felt more genuine love than from you, Jay, and I appreciate that kind word, and we love you back, bro.
There
We
you-
love you back. So let love be spread this holiday season.
Hold on. What about the people that came through last week? DJ, no request.
JG.
What?
Yes.
They came
DJ
in, they did their thing.
JG.
We gotta give a shout out to them. Merry Christmas to them as well.
Yes,
came through.
they were at the Drunken Unicorn
Yes,
last week.
Unicorn.
And
We went and
listen,
enjoyed.
They put on a show. When I tell you that Hip Hop Magazine had the hottest artists on stage, if you are trying to build your business in the music business,
Go
I'm
there.
telling you gotta be a Hip Hop Magazine. They are on fire. They got hot artists already doing big things,
Yes,
which means they've already got a platform and a pathway for you to be your success. If you join, you gotta join a successful team in order to be successful. And boy, they're all over the place. So thank you, Miss J Jigs, and what was the other brother's name?
DJ, no request.
DJ No Request.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a great time, and it was a fabulous show. So we'll continue to bring you artists and talent all year long, and we got a lot lined up for you for 2018. So again, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, and we'll see you back here next Thursday on Bar Talk with Jay.
And we out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.